Well, hello everybody. This is Nana from Nana Can Cook in Enumclaw, Washington. It is Saturday and it's a beautiful sunny day outside. Cold though, really cold. But it takes care of the slug eggs, so we won't have as many slugs next summer when we have cold weather like this. Today I was cleaning the refrigerator and I came across some items that I could probably use. Found some bacon that needed to be cooked up. I found some carrots that needed to be used. I found a stick of celery that I chopped up, some potatoes, some cream that I kind of Mickey Mouse together. And so I decided we would make clam chowder. I didn't have any clams, so I had to send Dad to the store to get a couple cans of clams. So in this dish, we're going to need a half a cup to a cup of carrots, half a cup to a cup of celery, and 4 or 5 potatoes. Now I've used 7 because my potatoes were pretty small, so we need to have enough. We need a cup and a half, or a quart and a half of half and a half. Well, I didn't get any half and a half, but I did find in the refrigerator a container of cream. So I took the cream and I put half cream and half milk, so we don't want it too rich. It kind of gets fattening after a while. So to start this out, we cut up our bacon into half-inch pieces, and we saute it in our soup pan. And I've already done that, so you didn't have to listen to it sparkle. So I'm going to put in the veggies, and I'll finish cutting up the rest of my potatoes. And we're just going to cook this for like 5 minutes. And in this we're going to we'll cook it for 5 minutes. Then we're going to put the juice of the clams. We have 2 cans of 6.5 pounds clams. We'll take the juice of the clams, pour it in here, and then we're going to cover it with water, just barely cover it. Well, I have some leftover chicken broth, so I'm going to use that. So as we go on here, we'll just get this. We'll put this right in the bacon grease. We want to keep that bacon fat going. It'll give us a lot of flavor. I'm not sure if I can. This is my mother's recipe, so I call this Mom's Clam Chowder. Of course, when I was a kid, I wouldn't have touched it with a 20-foot pole because I didn't like anything. But I remember her making it, and so seeing how I had all the mixings in the refrigerator, I thought I would just give it up for Saturday afternoon lunch or dinner. When you're making soup, you don't have to be really exact on everything. Soup is kind of like a process. Add to it what tastes good to you. Now, you also need a half an onion chopped up finely. But you've heard the story about the onions in my house. So I use these little minced, dehydrated ones. So just hit the onions lightly. Take probably about a teaspoon of salt. There's a lot of potatoes there. And good healthy dose of pepper, black pepper. You don't want this spicy like jalapenos in it or anything. It's supposed to be kind of smooth and creamy. Okay. Okay, we've cooked this 5 minutes. I finally got the clams open. We're going to pour the clam juice in here. The reason we don't put the clams in now is because if you cook them too much, they'll become tough. And nobody wants tough clams. We want soft ones, I guess. And then I'm going to add the chicken broth just to cover it. So once you... Here's our potatoes and our carrots. Might as well use up our chicken broth. Okay, they're covered. I'm going to put the lid on. And we're going to kind of just simmer it. Don't boil it. You have to be really careful with the potatoes. You don't want to cook them too long or the potatoes get kind of mushy. And they're supposed to be squares, so I'm going to cook them about 7 minutes. It says longer, but you can always cook it once we get the cream in it a little bit more. get one of your potatoes out of your pot and just try to stick a fork into it. You don't want to, this is just a little bit bitey, but that's okay, because now we're going to put in the bacon, the clams, and the cream, and it's going to heat up, and so they will continue cooking. So in we go with our chopped bacon, our 2 cans of clams. My goodness sakes. Get all the clams, you know. In Washington, you can go down over New Year's. They had a clammy season, and some friends of mine went down to get clams, but the coast on Washington in January is pretty cold. I'm not too interested. Besides, you get all wet and nasty. Okay, I'm going to stir that in, and I am going to slowly pour in my half and half, which I made myself. Now, if this doesn't thicken up and I have too much liquid, I will take some of the liquid out of here and then add flour to it and kind of temper it and then put it back in, and then it'll thicken up. So here we go. This is what it looks like. Put a little bit of more pepper in there. We will adjust the taste just before we serve it. Okay, I'm going to put this on the back of the stove, and I'm going to make you some of my cheese rolls or cheese biscuits or whatever they are that go very good with this. So I'll be back in a minute to make cheesy biscuits. Okay, I'm back. The clam chowder is simmering on the back of the stove, so I thought I would make some cheesy biscuits to serve with it for dinner tonight. So in our bowl, we're going to put 2 cups of biscuits. Actually, I think it's 2 1/3 cups of biscuit. Okay, into our biscuit mix, we're going to put in some shredded cheddar cheese. Whatever brand you like. This is just what we had in the refrigerator. I think this is probably Tillamook. You kind of want to cover it. I don't think I got a big enough bowl, you guys. Mix it up like this. Kind of cool all the cheese. This is really tasty. I think I invented this back in the 60s. I don't know, but sounds good. Okay, so now we need, according to our biscuit recipe, we need 2/3 of a cup of milk. Or a bit more, because this could be kind of runny. Either measuring cup is busy someplace else. Okay, now in a muffin tin, I just melted a cube of butter, and I took about, this is a soup spoon, I just took about a soup spoon and put in the bottom of each muffin tin. So now we're going to stir this up. Good old Bisquick. Don't, like I told you last time, don't beat it to death. You don't have to tell people you're using Bisquick, you know, everybody will say, oh my goodness, this is so delicious. And so all you have to do is smile and say, oh, I worked at it. Okay, so in our pan, we're going to put a little bit of the mix. Fill it about halfway up, just like you're making muffins. This is going to bake us 12 muffins. Perfectly fine. So now that we have this extra butter, we'll just drizzle it over our biscuits. What are we going to do with a 1/8 of a cup of melted butter unless we make popcorn? But I'm out of popcorn, so that's not an option. Okay, so I'm going to just do a little drizzle. Bisquick is just the best thing that Betty Crocker ever invented. And if you want people to think you're making homemade biscuits, you go for it. My friend Blanche couldn't believe it because she makes hers from scratch. Told her, hey, this is the way. Okay, I done with the butter. Let me wash my hands a little bit here. Okay, now we're going to sprinkle with paprika. paprika. They're going to be so cute and pretty. Just put a little sprinkle on top. And they'll come out of the oven golden brown. Well, I'm back. The clam chowder is finished. It's perfect, I think. Look at these delicious little biscuits. Maybe they're muffins, but I think biscuits. They're going to be so tasty. Okay, we'll see you. Please subscribe. Comments are welcome. Talk to you later. Bye.